Made in Hollywood.
The biopic musical drama Michael, directed by Antoine Fuqua, is made in Hollywood.
The Grips and everybody had on wolf masks and they were dancing around the Thriller. It was like this big event. It was like a movie within itself. So yeah, that to me was a special night.
Made in Hollywood.
Also on today's show, the superhero series Daredevil Born Again, featuring Ayelet Zurer.
The DPs on that shows are really so talented, and also the directors. So I think this whole thing is, I'm gonna miss it.
Plus, director Jorma Tacón's dark action comedy Over Your Dead Body. Harold Perrineau stars in the sci-fi horror series From, and the drama Wasteman features David Johnson and Tom Blythe. This week on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
Directed by Antoine Fuqua, the biopic musical drama Michael traces the extraordinary life of the king of pop from his early days as the lead singer of the Jackson 5 to his relentless pursuit to become the biggest entertainer in the world.
You're confident. You're strong. You're beautiful. You're the greatest of all time.
My first reaction was that it's a solid screenplay about Michael Jackson. My second reaction was, who's gonna play Michael Jackson?
Ready whenever you are, Michael.
When I met with Graham, he introduced me to Jafar, and the rest is history.
I had a lunch with Jafar. I know the family well, and I've known Jermaine since 1981. And during that lunch, I kept asking him if he was auditioning because he was channeling Michael.
Cut. Level up, let's go. Yeah. That's it. That's amazing.
2 weeks after that lunch, I said, if you're up for it, let's go through some training and boot camp. And I kind of what I put Rami Malek through to play Freddie Mercury is now Jafar, but at a much different level.
Michael, I knew you were different the moment you were born. You have a very special life.
We did a screen test with Jafar, and he came out as Michael. It was my first time seeing him in person as Michael. And I was kind of blown away just on his whole presence.
And I always tell everybody, how we start is how we finish. So let's start with some fire.
That got me right away. And then we put him in front of the camera and started filming him doing different things. And he would sing a little bit, dance a little bit. And then me and Graham were sitting there and we asked Jafar a question. I can't remember what it was, but he answered it as if he was Michael.
Just have all these ideas in my head. Just gotta get them out.
And tears started flowing around the room. Our cinematographer was crying. I looked back, he had tears in his eyes. We were all trying to hide it, but he really answered in such an honest, pure way. It was like, and he's never acted in his life. I just thought, this guy's special. And that was the moment for me, yeah.
I remember when you did that. I can't remember what you asked him, but it was like off the cuff or something.
Yeah, it was just off the cuff. He didn't know it was coming.
Right.
I wanted to see if he can, was he in the moment? You know, was he just hearing makeup or was he in the moment? And I threw something at him and he just paused and he thought about it and he answered. And it was just so beautiful and elegant and honest and pure. I was like, this Jafar's special.
I believe music can change the world.
I've made a career out of taking these iconic artists or people, Muhammad Ali and Howard Hughes and Freddie, obviously, and showing the world a side that they've never seen before and humanizing them, these iconic people. And I think it's such a challenge to find that 3-act structure to make it an entertaining film and not a documentary.
Spread love, joy, and peace.
Making the moments were magical. I mean, because the authenticity of the film, it lives in all the real places. Havenhurst, where we recorded Off the Wall, where we shot Thriller, the Pasadena Playhouse, Motown 25, all real places. You get chills whenever you go to those kind of places and remember those moments. And the idea that we had the opportunity to recreate it and do that was a little out-of-body experience, at times. It was daunting but exciting and magical. When we shot Thriller, We had a full moon every night, which was amazing. And I've never seen a crew more excited about a scene. The Grips and everybody had on wolf masks and they were dancing around the Thriller. It was like this big event. It was like a movie within itself. So yeah, that to me was a special night.
That is what I want the world to feel. Magic.
Now available on your home screen. In the second season of the Marvel superhero series, Daredevil Born Again, featuring Ayelet Zurer, a masked vigilante fights back from the shadows to tear down a corrupt empire as the battle for the soul of New York City reaches a breaking point.
I did my job. I paid my dues. Love is
I got a call from Dario first, and then Sana, and then Vincent. They wanted me to know where the season is going and how they're going to take it. And it was brutal at first, but at the same time, I really understood why they needed it to really pull all the guns and make this season explosive. And they succeeded.
I feel liberated, over-medicated.
I hope you can walk because I'm not carrying you.
And then, you know, through the season, we had a lot of emotions. The last 2 episodes were brutal. Like, it was emotional. It was fun, but also emotional.
It was already there, what you want, I can tell by the look on your...
Saw or shovel?
I really love her journey, I have to say. I love the journey from the Netflix show where she's, you know, just a person who's meeting this man and falling in love with that extremist and saying to him, you know, she's intrigued by his brutality and moving away from it, but then moving back into it and then committing to it and then being like having that deal of loyalty for truth, which keeps them together, and then landing that into season 1 of Born Again, where she's the boss, matured into that part. The action is entertaining. It's beautifully shot. I mean, the DPs on that show are really so talented, and also the directors. So I think this whole thing is, I'm gonna miss it.
Coming up, the dark action comedy Over Your Dead Body, directed by Jorma Taccone, and Harold Perrineau stars in the sci-fi horror series From. To find out where to watch any movie, check out Moviephone.com. Find it, watch it.
Doing all of those tones, having all these twists and turns, and having the comedy kind of stitch it all together in this way that felt like such an awesome challenge.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.
Director Jorma Taccone's dark action comedy Over Your Dead Body follows a married couple who retreat to a remote cabin to patch up their troubled relationship, not knowing that each has secretly arrived with plans to kill the other.
Hey, how is it?
It's fine.
I just wanted to cook you your favorite food.
Steak's not my favorite food.
Okay. And what is your favorite food?
Ceviche.
Ceviche? You know what? I'm trying to make it nice for you.
Reasons! Just pretend to be happy with one thing.
Please don't do this.
This is based on a Norwegian movie called The Trip, originally called In Bad Days by Tommy Wirkola. And it's a very funny movie. Tommy did movies like Violent Night. He's I was really a big fan of all of his stuff.
Lisa's planning a big hike by herself up into the mountains.
Okay.
It's also supposed to snow up there, which feels even more dangerous.
The original movie is very dark. It's pretty angry, and it's very funny too. But I was very interested in what a different cast would bring to it.
What's going on?
Not much. Having a cup of tea and curious about these.
The tone that I really wanted to present, which is the characters being a bit more redeemable and really trying to earn the ending of the movie where you want to see these, in parts despicable characters coming back together and really wanting that. And it's a series of tricks that this movie is doing of like threading all these different needles. It's like 3 movies in one.
You just tried to kill me.
Because all you do is criticize me in your stupid accent. It's like British crossed with the devil.
Your plan sucks.
Your plan is to just shoot me.
Doing all of those tones, having all these twists and turns, and having the comedy kind of stitch it all together in this way that like felt like such an awesome challenge. And it was like, and showing different shades of like things that maybe people don't expect from me in particular.
I was being nice about it. You would have been unconscious.
Oh, okay.
Because I am considerate.
Oh my God!
Lisa, stop it!
My wife was saying that there's like a head of every department, and there's always like a head of the acting department. And Jason Segel was absolutely that for me. He was like the hub of the wheel that we first got. And then to get Samara that works so well with him. She's so funny in this movie. She's playing Australian too, which is like was great for her improv to just be able to go toe to toe with Jason. And so there's so much fun. So I got incredibly lucky. But Jason was the start of that, of like the ball rolling towards like this incredible cast.
They're gonna see somebody just pretending to care.
Like you can do any better.
She should have been back by now.
What's up?
Can you please do something? Can you please help?
Now available on your home screen. Harold Perrineau stars in the 4th season of the sci-fi horror series From, as the trapped residents of a cursed town push deeper into its darkest secrets.
Something's different. I am changing. I don't know if I like who I'm becoming.
At the end of season 3, Boyd has been through a lot at this point. He's been through the death of Tan Chien and having to experience watching her die, then telling her son, and then torturing a boy. It's been a lot. And then at the end of all of that, the one monster that he killed is back to life, is reincarnated. So when Boyd starts in season 4, his mind is pretty shattered. It's pretty fractured. And so he has to try to figure out how to put it all back together and still keep moving forward to get everybody out of this town. This season, when we get back and we've got more of those kind of like, oh, you might have to do this, and Father Khatri shows up and says you gotta do that. It's a nonstop barrage of like terrible choices he has to make. But if he wants to get out, that's what he's gotta do.
Boyd, there are a lot of people wanting to know what happened down there.
I love it. At the end of the day, I love it. But I can't say it's the easiest thing I've ever done. You know what I mean? Like emotionally, like there's a scene in the very first episode that was just an emotional scene for Boyd. And like the place you have to go to, like to get there, so that, because what I really hope is that I'm telling the truth so that the audience will stay on the ride with us, right? Because I think that people, they respond to other people in real emotions. And so that's what I'm hoping. And so like if I bring really what is happening to me, then I have to actually experience it.
We're losing. We're running out of time and we still don't know the rules.
Hopefully the audience will like feel those things and I don't have to do it again. But it is a real honor and it's what I want to do. So like whether it's hard or not, that's what I really want to do. And I keep hoping that it works. And it feels like now that we have a season 4, like it must be working on some level.
One way or another, the truth always comes out.
I would make sure it doesn't.
To find out where to watch any movie, check out MoviePhone.com. Find it, watch it. Up next, David Johnson and Tom Blythe star in the drama Wasteman.
A lot of the cast around us, about 70% of the supporting cast, is recent prison leavers who were involved in Switchback charity.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.
David Johnson and Tom Blythe star in the drama Wasteman as a prisoner on the verge of early parole finds his chance at freedom put in jeopardy when a volatile cellmate threatens to drag him into violence.
What you need to do is start visualizing your life outside.
I'm getting out.
Of course, this is all dependent on continued good behavior.
Making films is such a special process, but there's very rare times when you feel like you're working with something that is like there's a source material here. So I feel like that was in the script, and you know the process of taking it from there to where it is now was very, very long. I'm really, really grateful we got to make this film, not just because it feels like a special project, but because of what we were able to give to it.
You got a new cell, mate.
I mean, I started, as I always do, by doing some reading, and you listen and you absorb as much as you can about the world that you're living in. But then the main thing, honestly, was we had this charity on board called Switchback, who are a UK prison charity where they help recent leavers of prison get back on their feet and get into work and accommodation and just have a place to go. And they came on board as consultants, but very quickly became such an integral part of the film process. A lot of the cast around us, about 70% of the supporting cast, is recent prison leavers who were involved in Switchback, the charity. So it gave the film this like gritty realism, but at the same time also just meant that we had this kind of incredible like living resource all around us.
You are this close to getting out of here. You're gonna mess it all up.
What are you rifling about for, big boy?
Careful.
I don't need to be careful. Most of the fight scenes were really well planned and rehearsed. That one was less so. That was one where they really did just kind of bring in, I think, like 6 people with riot shields and riot gear and just kind of throw them against us. And Lorenzo, our DP, was just like in amongst it with the camera, trying not to get hit. All the guys play in the background up above, shouting and throwing things and throwing water on us. And it was chaos. It was absolute chaos. But the adrenaline was just so high. You just keep going, and by the end, I was so burned out.
Filming in an actual prison just gave us everything that we needed. You know what I mean? And yeah, it was. In my opinion, I think it adds to the pressure cooker of this film.
I just want to see my boy again.
Stay tuned, there's more coming up on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
Thanks for watching Made in Hollywood, powered by MoviePhone. For more behind-the-screen content, check out MoviePhone.com.
Made in Hollywood.